Well, good morning. So we've left the Crown Inn and my little mini pod behind. Nice little pub, got a good night's kip, good food in there last night as well, and a couple of pints of cider. Yeah, not a bad stop off point. So we're going to make our way out of Shap, over the M6 motorway and into Yorkshire today. 20-mile day into Kirby Stephen. It's giving rain for later on this morning, and then it's meant to be sunny and cloudy this afternoon, so we'll see what that transpires into. Right, let's start ticking some of those 20 miles off. Alternative routes for coast-to-coast footpath, avoiding cows and calves. Please follow red top posts. So we'll leave the cows and calves alone, give them some peace, do as the farmer asks. I can see the next one's down there. There's the cement works that's right next to the M6 motorway that I have passed so many times. Right, let's get over this motorway. We are now leaving Cumbria, goodbye Cumbria, and heading on into Yorkshire. Hello Yorkshire! Woohoo! I know that technically I am actually still in Cumbria, but coming over that bridge on the M6, it's just a good milestone to get to. So I am officially in Yorkshire. Right, let's get away from this noisy motorway. Who left that boulder there? Yeah. So we've just gone over 4 mile. So it's leaving Shap, and it's mainly just been open sort of moorland. Plenty of fields and stuff. Past a few farms. Very different from the Lake District. But the sun's shining. And we've almost got blue sky, so that'll do. So we'll just keep going. I believe there's an honesty hut at some big in farm, so I think once I get there, that's I think halfway. I think, yeah, once we get there, I'll stop there for a bit. So I've just come off route slightly, just come up here. This is meant to be Robin Hood's grave. That looks more like a grave there. I don't think Robin Hood is buried here, but it is the second reference to Robin Hood. Robin Hood's chair, Robin Hood's grave. I think I might have 5 minutes here actually. I'll crack on. That wind's picked up a bit. Hope the rain's not following. Woo! So we have arrived in Orton. I'm not too sure what's here, but we'll go through the village and have a look. So there is a cafe if you wanted to stop, and there's a little sign there pointing up there saying village store and post office, but I'm going this way. Oh, there's a pub as well. There's a lot more here than I thought there would be. It looks like there's another cafe there as well. I actually didn't think there was anything here. Chocolate factory and coffee house. I didn't actually plan to stop in Orton. When I mapped today out, it's 20 mile or roughly 20 mile, and Sunbiggin Farm is halfway, so that's kind of where I planned to stop. I didn't think there was anything here. We've just done 8 miles, so yeah, I could have stopped at the cafe, but I kind of got it in my head Sunbiggin is where I'm stopping. So if you're coming through Orton, you've got 2 cafes, a pub, a shop, a post office, and probably the biggest book swap library I've ever seen in what looks like an old bus shelter. So yeah, there's a lot more there than what I thought there was. Oh well, let's keep going. Two and a half miles to Sunbiggin town. Oh, the cows are sat down. You know what that means, don't you? They're all tired. Sunbiggin Farm. That looks a bit different to what I've seen on people's videos. Let's go and have a look, see if they've got anything to offer. This looks fairly new. It is new. There's nothing here. Damn. Oh damn. Send it back to Orton. Oh, there's a bench for me to use. I'll stop here. It's a good job I've got food, isn't it? Yeah, definitely the right place, Sunbiggin. Yeah, I'll stop here for a bit and eat my own food. I was looking forward to a brew. No idea why that's there and not the one I was expecting. Yeah, I'll sit here for a bit. So we are off again. Just talking to a local then who lives down the road, and she said the original Honesty hut, it got damaged in a storm, and that's as far as the farmers got building a new one. She says it's definitely, half of it's definitely going to be an Honesty room, and she thinks the other half could possibly be a bunkhouse. She wasn't 100% sure, and she said at the moment he's very busy, so when it's going to be finished, he's no idea. So there you go. The original one got took out in a storm. Oh well. I sat there on the bench for a while. It's just a good job I had some food with me and water. Autumn was just a bit too far to walk back to. Don't know if you can make out Sunbiggin Tarn in the distance over there. This is as close as we get to it, so I've come from this way. I'm heading up here, over that way. More open moorland. It's quite easy walking. and that forecasted rain has not arrived. Got some quite strong gusts though, but I'll take that rather than the rain any day. So I've ended up stopping and putting the waterproof on, just the jacket. There's a band of rain coming and it's heading my way, but where I'm heading, it's still clear. So jacket on, rucksack cover on, see if I can outwalk it. Just done 15 miles, so got just shy of 5 miles left to do. It's Kirby Stephen. Should learn to keep my mouth shut, shouldn't I? So the rain caught me up and I've had a bit of a soaking. But we are only 3 3/4 miles from Kirby Stephen, and I think Pennine View, where I'm staying, is about half a mile before Kirby Stephen, so we've got around about 3 miles left to go. I keep getting a soaking and then it stops, and then I get another soaking. Well, the rain stopped, it's still windy though. The wind has actually dried me off. Not that far now. We've literally got about a mile to go. So we have arrived. Right, let's get checked in. Right, so I've got sorted at Pennine View campsite. And what a nice site this is. It's quite big. Plenty of caravans, camper vans, plenty of families camping and stuff. There is a little backpackers field that's behind me. And when I arrived, the woman said just camp on it or near it. So when I came round the corner, there was a couple of lads playing football on it, so I didn't want to disturb the game. So I've just pitched up on one of the plots. I think I'm on plot 6. So there's like families either side of me, camping, you know, in like normal sort of size big tents and that. Like I say, really nice site. I've been and had a shower. Showers are absolutely mint. Almost like brand new. So yeah, I was in there for quite a while. I've had a shave. There's washing facilities here as well. So I've been and washed all the clothes, socks, underwear, t-shirts and everything. It was £4 for the washing machine. It was 50p for 15 minutes in the tumble dryer. So it took about 30 minutes to dry everything. And the washing powder she just gave us, she said it's 40p, but she just gave us a cup of washing powder. There is a bar here and a restaurant. And I've been and looked at the menu, and every night they do like a different theme. So tonight it's Greek, and I didn't really fancy anything on the menu, to be honest. So if I was on a night out or something, yeah, I'd probably go for Greek, garlic chicken or something, but I didn't really fancy anything. So I'm gonna have a dried meal. I've got them with me, I might as well use them. So chicken fajita tonight. No point in carrying them, not eating them. And I've also, while I was there looking at the menu, got myself a Thatcher's Blood Orange. So that will go nicely with my chicken fajita tonight. Stats wise today, I've done 21 mile or just over 21 mile. When I left the Crown Inn and went up the road in Shap, I turned left and there was a sign that said Kirby Stephen 19 mile. Now I had today mapped out as a 20 mile day, but when I've got here to Pennine View,
according to my Garmin watch, it's 21.11 miles, which is what I've done today. Kirby Stephen is about 3/4 of a mile further on. So either the sign was a little bit out at Shap or what, I don't know. But that's what I've done. Fairly easy walking. It was basically moorland and farmers' fields, relatively flat, little bits of elevation, but nothing much. I left the Crown Inn at 7 o'clock this morning, pretty much bang on, and I got here at 3:30. So time-wise, it's not done too bad, and I did stop quite a few times, sort of 10 minutes here and there, to put the waterproofs on and the rain cover and everything. So yeah, it kind of feels like it's been quite an easy day really, but I have covered quite a bit of distance. Tomorrow I've got a short day into Keld, and the day after that I've got quite a short day as well. So I'm going to take those 2 days as kind of easy rest days, even though I'm still sort of moving forward. So I might have a bit of a later start in the morning. So right, I'm going to sign off, have my chicken fajita, work out how I'm going to get the bottle top off this, because I haven't got a bottle opener. And I shall see you all tomorrow morning for day 6 of the coast to coast. See you in the morning.
Well, good morning. So that is us leaving Pennine View campsite. I think it's actually called Pennine View Caravan Park. Brilliant place, absolutely can't fault it. Definitely somewhere I'd come back with the family. Got to 10 o'clock last night, quiet as anything, slept really well. So today we are going to head into Kirby Stephen and then up to 9 standards, which is something I'm looking forward to, because I've seen that on lots of other people's videos. So yeah, looking forward to finally seeing them. One thing I didn't mention last night, I actually sent myself a food parcel here to Pennine View, so my rucksack is feeling a little bit heavier this morning. So right, let's crack on into Kirby Stephen. Welcome to day 6. Since leaving Kirby Stephen, you go through some little streets with very little quaint houses on, and then it's basically road walking straight up, pretty steep in places. So I think we follow this for a little bit longer and then veer off to the left and then start the climb up to 9 standards. Certainly warmed me up. Just stopped here for a moment at this seat that conveniently doubles as somewhere to put your rucksack. With that view, that's not a bad view, is it? Yesterday I came from over this way. The Kirby Stephen is behind this fell here. So we are heading up this way. According to the sign below, it's 2 miles to the 9 standards. Yeah, I'll have 5 minutes here I think, taking that view and then get cracking. Just veered off path slightly to have a look at this. Looks like someone's been creative and other people haven't. A few cairns here marking this, don't know what this is. Nine standards, it's just there. There's actually someone in a tent down here. I've got a feeling it's going to be very windy up there. It's getting quite windy now. Cracking views today, really is. Right, let's get up to 9 standards. So here they are in all their glory, the 9 standards. I've always wanted to come and see these, and nobody really knows why they're here. I think the most popular theory is that they were built to look like an army of soldiers up here to try and fool the Scottish that were invading at the time. But nobody actually knows for fact why they're here. All different looking structures, absolutely fantastic. Yeah, and I wonder why they built 9, not 10. Why the number 9? So where I've come from, it's all nice and sunny, but the way I'm heading, it's looking rather grey. So I think I'm going to have half an hour here, I think, and then we'll head off and pick a coloured route. I'm not too sure what colour I'll be going on until I get there, but yeah, I'm going to have a break here for a bit and then we'll get going. Paving slabs have run out. We're now following this rather boggy path, following these old wooden posts. I'm right on the map, the way that I've plotted the route, so I'm bang on that way, but I thought you came to a section where the path split 3 ways, and depending on the time of year you chose that colour and followed that path. But up to now I've not come to that bit, or it might not be a thing anymore, I don't know. Just keep following this boggy path and try and keep out of the bog. So we are pretty much down and out the bog, and up to now I've not come across any sign that's telling me to go on a blue route or a red route. Maybe it's not a thing anymore, I don't know. I've just followed the route that I mapped out. So I'll keep following this path, and in a little while we'll go past Ravenseat Farm. I know there used to be like a cabin there so you could stop and get a cup of tea and that, but I don't think they do it anymore. It'd be nice to walk past the farm. I've seen it on telly here loads of times. So we'll just keep following this valley all the way around. And the sun's come out, so let's hope it stays out. Yep, literally 5 minutes later after I said the sun's coming out, it started to lash it down. Waterproof's on. It stopped again though. I'll keep them on, I'm not taking them off. It'll only rain again. Probably the most famous farm in Yorkshire, Ravenseek Farm, which we're just going to walk past, and it's raining again. The coast to coast path literally does go right past their farm. I didn't realise how close it was. A couple of people sat outside on benches in the rain, hoping to catch a quick glimpse of the shepherdess, maybe. I'm just going to keep going. We've only got 3 miles now to Keld. Not that far. Oh, the sun's coming out. Keeping the waterproofs on though. I'm being watched by a gang of owls. Thought that was like a little honesty hut thing, but I don't think it is. Not too sure what it is. Yes, we have arrived at Rookin's campsite. Right, let's go and get ourselves checked in, get the tent up. Right, so I've got pitched up at Rookin's Park Lodge campsite. I think that's how you pronounce it, Rookin's. You come in off the road, there's like a cafe that sells tea and cake, that sort of thing. And you pay the lady and you come onto the fields. There's an upper field, a middle field and a lower field, and I'm actually on the lower field, which is by the river. I'll just show you my view. So that's my view. A couple of people at the side of me, a couple of people over there, and just me. There's only a few of us here. There's nobody on the other levels. £10 for the night. So I've had a bit of a lazy afternoon. Been for a shower. Showers were okay. They were hot, so that was the main thing. I got here about 1:30, 1:45. The tent was all pitched for 2:30. Because I remember looking at my watch and thinking, what am I going to do for the rest of the afternoon? So I've just basically chilled out. I had a bit of a snooze, had a couple of brews, gone and had a shower, like I say, and just chilled out really. I left Park View this morning at 7:30 and I was in Kirby Stephen at 7:45. Most places were shut. I was thinking of going into one of the cafes and having a breakfast, but they were all shut. So I just carried on. When you leave Kirby Stephen, you get onto a road and it's basically uphill all the way. And then eventually you come off that road onto a dirt track and you're still going uphill, and then eventually you get to 9 standards. 9 standards, brilliant. Very odd looking structures. Like I said when I was up there, nobody really knows who built them, why they were built, why there's 9 of them. It's, yeah, just, and they're quite big as well. They're a lot bigger than what I imagined and what I've seen on other people's YouTube videos. And then basically drop down the other side. I wasn't expecting to come to a path where it's split into 3, and depending on the time of year you picked a different coloured path, red, blue. I'm not too sure what the other colour is. I have seen that on a lot of people's videos, but the only section of path I came to, it split into 2. There was no signs or anything. One went straight on
and one went to the left, and the one that went to the left was the way I'd mapped it out, and there was people in front of me that I saw the other day, so I knew that they were doing coast to coast, and they went to the left as well. So I just followed them, followed the way that I'd mapped it. The flagstones eventually run out and you are sort of in the bog. It wasn't too bad. You just got to sort of, there was bits where you had to sort of watch where you were stepping and stuff. And then eventually you pass Ravenseat Farm, and then you just sort of keep going along the valley, drop down to the road, and you're in Keld. And I got here, like I say, I got here about 1:30. So yeah, it was a fairly short day today. Stats wise, I've only done 12, look at me watch, 12.69 miles. So distance and time wise, it's been quite a short day. Tomorrow I'm going into Reeth. I did see a sign on the road that said 12 miles to Reeth, but that's by car. And I've got it mapped out as 15 miles for tomorrow. And I'm going to do the high route, or hopefully I'm going to do the high route. It just depends on the weather. The next few days it is giving rain. So if it's clagged in tomorrow in the morning and raining heavy, I'll take the low route. I'm not going to do the high route. It's the day after that, day 8, that I've got another short day. I thought it was tomorrow, but it's not. It's the day after. So it's another dried meal. I think I'm on a spag bol or chicken tikka. Not decided which yet. But where you actually go into the cafe and pay for the camping, I did buy a few bits and bobs. I bought some crisps, a can of juice, and I also bought a can of Thatcher's Gold cider. And I don't need a bottle opener for this, so I don't need to go pestering the other campers to borrow their bottle opener. So I'm going to enjoy that in a bit and have some tea. So I shall see you all tomorrow for day 7 of the Coast to Coast. See you tomorrow.
Well, good morning. I'm just going to make my way out of Rookin's campsite. So the path I've come up from is down there, which is where the river is. There's another camping spot up there, which is the higher one. Toilets and showers are there. So it is a bit of a walk in between everything. And then the house, where you come in and check in the cafe, is there. So it's all here, it's just all spread out. Right, just need to find my way back to the Coast to Coast path and then we'll get going. Welcome to day 7. So last night on the campsite I got talking to a couple from Durham who were testing out some gear, MSR tent and a few other bits. They're going to be doing the West Island Way up in Scotland. So good luck to you guys. I know that you're going to have an amazing adventure and you're going to absolutely smash it. So it's really good to meet you. So weather wise today, it's forecast rain and it is ever so slightly spitting. But I've not put the waterproofs on. I thought I'd just see how far I can get before the heavens open and I'm forced to put them on. Looking at the weather, I don't think it's going to be long. So we've arrived at the remnants of the old tractor that I've seen on so many videos. I think it's a tractor anyway. It also looks like this is where the path splits to take the high route, which is the way I'm going to go. And I think while I'm here I'm going to put the waterproofs on. the jacket anyway. Everybody's had a go on that tractor. Right, onward and upward. Up there. So on the map this is Crackpot Hall. Just old buildings. And one dead bunny rabbit. Let's keep going. Just pause for 5 minutes. Just making my way around. Still going up slightly. The way I've come is round this corner, along the path, down, across the river, and then you sort of come up here. Lots of old mine ruins and stuff. Lots of old dwellings and that. Beautiful scenery, but it has got a sort of a strange vibe to the place. But in a good way, I think. Right, onward. I'm so glad I did the high route. It's absolutely stunning up here. It's clear-ish, but I imagine on a sunny, clear day you'd be able to see for miles. In a way it reminds me of Glencoe Valley section on the West Island Way, just with fells rather than mountains. Yeah, definitely glad I chose this route. Just stopped for 5-10 minutes in one of the shooting boxes. Box number 6. There's loads of them all the way along. One there, and then there's several going that way, sort of all half hidden with heather on top of them. I presume this is where they stand shooting the grouse. And I have seen loads of grouse. They keep flying out of the heather in front of me and flying off. You hear them? They do make an odd sound. Right, 5 or 10 minutes here, and we'll crack on. Certainly full of history around here. Looks like someone's been here and had a fire. Blakethwaite Smelt Mill. Yeah, quite cool. And the sun's come out. do a chance taking the waterproof off. Quite an interesting place. Be a good place to wild camp. It looks like people have remnants of fire pits here and there. Quite a big fire pit remnants in there. You see openings to the mines further along up there. Yeah, there's plenty of history on this route, definitely. Right, it looks like we're going up. Well, I wasn't expecting this when I got up here. It's marked on the map as a footpath, as you can see. Some sort of farm track. It looks like vehicles are coming up here. The sun's gone in. Just had a little bit of a shower and it stopped again. Black clouds are following me again. It's pretty barren up here. There's absolutely nothing for miles. More grouse shooting boxes. It's marked on the map as Friarfold Hush. Yeah, it's pretty desolate up here. It looks like we're descending now. We've just gone over 7.5 miles. So I just keep following this path. And then it looks like it meets up with the river lower down. Still lots of mine ruins that I keep passing. Oh, and it's raining again. Right, so I've just gone over 10 miles, so stopped for a break, bit of a flapjack. So I've literally come from over this way, all the way along. I've got 5 miles left to do to Cote farm, which is where I'm staying tonight, which is just outside Reeth. Yeah, 10 minutes here I think. I'm going to swap the battery over in the camera as well. And the sun's out, so I am going to chance taking the waterproof off. Fingers crossed it don't rain. We're off again. So much better with the waterproof jacket off. So much cooler. There's no black clouds behind me or in front of me. So hopefully it shouldn't rain. But I've said that so many times on this trip. So we're in Reeth. Just going to pass through this out the other side, and then I think the campsite's only about 1.5 miles away. Looks like it's been market day. Looks quite busy. There's quite a lot here. A couple of pubs, shops. Yeah, well, I'm nearly at the campsite, so we'll just keep going. And it's just rained as well. It was only a little shower. Now, the sun's come back out again. It's an armoured police vehicle. Must be a bit of a dodgy area, if that's what police are using. looking back, I'll probably regret not stopping in Reef for a bit. But I'm not that far now from the campsite, and the campsite has got like a cafe, a snack bar, that type of thing, and hopefully some food for tonight. The owner did offer to make some food, a tea and that, so I'll see what they've got. So yeah, maybe I should have stopped for a bit, but just keep going. That's got to be the worst parking I've ever seen. So according to the map, this is Marrick, and it's no more than a couple of farms and a few little houses, but it's one steep pull straight up from Reef. Whew. And the sun is absolutely beaming down on me now. Right, not that far now. Yes, we are here. Right, let's get checked in and sorted out.
So I am all sorted at Cote farm, and what a place this is. It is a working farm, so there's plenty of noises, plenty of cows mooing, sheep baaing, the farmer's whizzing up and down on his quad bike every 5 minutes, but it's got a really good vibe to it. A few other campers on the other side in camper vans and that. Farmhouses up there. I got here about 3:30. Knocked on the door. Elaine invited me in. She put the kettle on, got the biscuits out, and we sat chatting for about half an hour. She's done the coast to coast herself a few years ago. She's done the West Island Way, so she's done a few walks. Food wise, all she could offer me was lasagna, which I didn't really fancy, to be honest, and I'm not that hungry, so I declined her offer on that one. But what she did have was apple pie and ice cream, so I've had my tea in reverse tonight. So I had a nice slice of apple pie with 2 big scoops of ice cream on it, and then for tea I've just had a creamy cheesy pasta thing and a packet of peanuts. So today I have done 16.79 miles, so just shy of 17 miles today. I actually had it mapped out as 15 miles, but for some reason I've done almost 2 miles more. Don't know why. Glad I did the high route, definitely. I would definitely recommend going and doing the high route. It was great to see all the old ruins, all the old mining works. I didn't film every building, but there's lots and lots of ruins up there, houses, and you can just imagine people living up there and working up there hundreds of years ago. Yeah, it was great to see, and I'm glad I did it. It was a bit isolated when you got to the top, a bit desolate. There was literally nothing at the top. You could see for miles, and there was just nothing, no one. Didn't see anybody. Yeah, it was complete solitude when I got to the top. I didn't start seeing people until I got sort of halfway down the other side, and that's when the weather started to improve a bit as well. And then it was just a nice walk through Reef, although it did chuck it down just before I got into Reef. I kind of regret not stopping in Reef. I should have maybe stopped for 10 or 20 minutes. I kind of envisions me sitting on the lawn but it had just literally chucked it down, and I just thought I'll just keep on going. And then you basically go straight up through Marwick, which was just houses. There's nothing there, and then to the farm. So tomorrow I am going into Brampton. It's quite a short day tomorrow. I've only got 11 miles to do tomorrow, but I am going via Richmond, which I believe is the biggest town that I'll be passing through. So I think what I'll do is maybe have a late start, get myself into Richmond. Elaine said I should be in Richmond within about 2.5 hours, 3 hours max, she says. There'll be a few cafes. I believe there's a Wetherspoons, so I might just go in Wetherspoons and have a breakfast or a dinner or something, and just have a mooch around Richmond and have a bit of a leisurely day sort of thing, because then the next few days after that I've got sort of biggish mileage. I think I've got 2 20-mile days coming up. So yeah, I think tomorrow I'll just have kind of a sort of a leisurely day. So right, I'm going to enjoy the rest of the evening. No cider or beer tonight, it's just a can of Coke. Elaine sells fizzy drinks and stuff, chocolate, that type of thing. And enjoy the rest of my evening in this lovely view. So right, I shall see you all tomorrow for day 8 of the Coast to Coast. See you tomorrow.
Well, good morning. That's us leaving Cote farm. Brilliant place to stop at. You made to feel really welcome by Elaine, but like I said last night, it is a working farm, so don't forget your earplugs. So I'm just going to follow this path and eventually get back onto the Coast to Coast path and head on into Richmond. Sun's coming up. I think it could be a nice day today. Let's hope. Welcome to day 8. So we've just passed through the village of Marsk, I think that's how you pronounce it. From leaving camp it was a few farmers' fields and then road walking through the village. Heading on into Richmond. I've just seen a sign then, it said 7 miles to Richmond, but obviously that's by car. A bit longer for me. But yeah, the sun's still coming up, so I thought I'd even risk putting the sunnies on. I'm going to have to disturb these. Sorry. Once I've gone through you can come back. Richmond 3 miles. Well, that's come quite quickly. Don't feel like I've been walking for that long. I think I've just gone over 4 miles. So it's been quite a mix this morning. Lots of farmers' fields, plenty of gates to go through, bit of road walking, and now we're going through this lovely woodland called White Cliff Wood. Yeah, it's been quite a pleasant walk this morning, and we're only a couple of miles now from Richmond, so I'm going to be getting there a lot earlier than I thought. Breakfast, I think. Yeah, cafe, breakfast. A few old cars here. Volkswagen Scirocco. I used to have one of them. The blue one. Cracking car in its day. Triumph Dolomite. And I think that's a TR7. Looking a little bit worse for wear. And then something else. Spitfire? No, don't know. Don't know what that one is. It's sad when you see them like that, because they'll probably just sit there and rot away. So we have arrived in Richmond and it's only 10:30. So I think I'm going to find a cafe, have a breakfast, see if I can charge a few bits up, charge the camera up and that. I know it's market day because Elaine from Cote Farm told me. She's got a flower stall here. So I might just chill out for a few hours and have a wander around the market, I think, do a bit of window shopping. Certainly got time on my hands today. So at breakfast, 2 coffees, 2 pints of Coke and a chocolate brownie with ice cream later. We are now leaving Richmond, rather full and battery packs charged. And I've only got a couple of miles to go to St Giles Farm. So quite a leisurely day today. I'm only a couple of miles out of Richmond. It's gone a little bit grey and the wind's picked up. Very different to how it was in Richmond. Better not rain. It's not going to rain. It can't rain. Come on. It can't rain. Hope it doesn't rain. We've arrived. St Giles Farm. Right, let's go and get checked in and put the tent up. Right, so I've got half pitched. I say half pitched up. I've pitched the tent. I started to sort out inside the tent and he's come out with coffee and cake for me. So I've sat down and that's as far as I've got. I'll sort the rest of the tent out later. Really nice bloke, made me feel really welcome. He's shown me where the shower is and the toilet. You're actually camping in their garden. So the house is behind me and the tent's there. So a bit of a funny setup, but it's really cool. It works, and like I say, what a little gem of a place it is. Fantastic views all around. I've been sat here admiring the views, watching the chickens wandering around. I've got the dog sat at the side of me down here. Just a really chilled out sort of atmosphere. And I've also booked a breakfast for tomorrow morning, which I forgot about, so he's going to cook me a breakfast in the morning. So stats wise today, it's been a really easy day. I left Cote Farm about 8 o'clock this morning because I knew it was going to be a short day. I thought I'll lie in a bit longer and set off a bit later, so I left about 8 o'clock and I was in Richmond for just gone 10:30. And from Cote Farm to Richmond it was just over 7 mile, and then from Richmond to here it was just over 4 mile, so I've done about 11.5 mile. When I got to Richmond, because it was so early, I ended up going in Wetherspoons and had a breakfast, coffee, a couple of pints of Coke. I then ended up having a pudding. And I put quite a few bits on charge. So I charged my phone, I charged the camera batteries, and I charged a battery pack that I've got. So I just sat there for a couple of hours, left there,
had a wander around Richmond and then set off here, and I was here for about 2:30, so it's 20 to 4 currently, so I've been here for about an hour. So yeah, like I say, really easy day. I've got the tent to sort out inside, but I'm in no rush. I'll do that in a bit. So tomorrow is going to be a bigger day. I've got about 17-18 miles into Ingleby Cross, and then the next 2 days after that I've got quite big days, 20-mile days, and then the final day is an 11-mile day. So yeah, the next 3 days I have got quite big mileage to do. So I think I'm just going to chill out for the rest of the afternoon and the rest of the evening. It's going to be another dried meal again tonight. I think I've got a couple left now. But yeah, what a great place this is. Absolutely fantastic. So I'm just going to chill out, enjoy the rest of the afternoon, enjoy the evening, and I shall see you all tomorrow for day 9 of the Coast to Coast. See you tomorrow. Hey, get out my tent. Come on. Come on, ladies. Come on. No, no, no. 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 Not in there. No. Go on. Go on. Go on. Go on. No, not that way. No, no. No, no. No, come on. Whoa, where are you going? Whoa. Dude. No. This way. Reverse. Come on, chicken. This way. What, you want to go that way? Go that way then. Go that way. That's it. Go on.